Yes, everybody, welcome back to Old Trafford. My name is Howson. It's absolutely Baltic here outside Old Trafford, but it's time for the transfer review, so let's get stuck into it. Right then, the first name is the name that we've not spoken about for about a year. I wonder why that is. It's Erling Haaland. In that time, he scored all the goals. All the goals. He's done all right, it's fair to say, isn't it? Pretty fair to say he's done okay. Now, this is in Eurosport, so it's definitely not happening. And it says that he's going to Barcelona, which is also definitely not happening because they've got fucking no cash. And it says, if Messi leaves, which I would say is probably not happening, although I'm not giving it a definite because, honestly, I think City's wet dream is Guardiola and Messi together, and they do have the cash to make that happen. So let's see how that plays out. But it's saying Haaland will go to Barcelona if Messi leaves. There's so many stars need to align for that. I just don't see it. Now, I could argue that Barcelona will need some sort of a star signing if Messi goes to stop the absolute mass Catalonian suicides which would be about to happen. But Erling Haaland, I guess he's got a release clause, hasn't he? So it's not going to be absolutely bonkers cash, which Barcelona definitely do like paying, by the way. I mean, they've got a shocking record with transfers, haven't they? They've paid some right cheese out for some right shit. Why does this affect United? Well, it says United could also be in for him as well. I know the guy's very, very fair-skinned. And that Barcelona weather, you're talking factor 50 every day for him. But let's be real. If it's a choice between sunning yourself by the Mediterranean in Barcelona or this, let's be real with ourselves. He ain't coming here, is he? Although, can you imagine the pressure? Ego Erling's son. Number 10 shirt. Don't worry about the comparisons to Messi. No one will do that. Oh my God. Like, you think succeeding Sir Alex Ferguson was hard work? Wait till you're the new number 10 at Barcelona. You're just going to get abused. Where do United fit into this? I don't fucking know. I didn't write the article. This is Eurosport, and they're mental, clearly. I'd love to see Erling Haaland at United, even if it meant dancing with the devil, Mino Raiola again. I really would. And maybe that's how you do it, because maybe on one hand we're letting Paul Pogba slide out the door, and maybe with this hand we're pulling Erling Haaland in. As long as there's no release clause, it's not a massive drama, I don't think, to bring Erling Haaland to Manchester. The guy was born in England, albeit Leeds. How do I even rate this? Is he coming to United this January? Okay, 0 out of 10. Let's just call that, shall we? Right there. Boubakary Soumaré was linked with Manchester United. Decent little player, but it's like, yeah, he ain't coming in January though. Right, if you're watching this going, right, Steve, it's bang in the middle of January, who are we signing? I'm going to put you out your misery nice and early, because it's fucking nobody. No one. We're not signing anybody. Relax. There's going to be loads leaving, and I'm going to get to that in a minute. But no one's coming in January. You've had your shiny thing, now shut the fuck up. Boubakary Soumaré, whatever, he ain't coming. But they're saying United scouts are interested in him, they're impressed with him, and he might be a target for summer. So let's call it that then, shall we? Is he coming in January, Steve? 0 out of 10. ESPN are reporting that Manchester United could be in for Declan Rice. I quite like Declan Rice. I actually think there's not too much different between what he does and what Scott McTominay does, but I would have to say I think he's a little bit better on the ball than Scott McTominay is. That being said, the Hammers have slapped a price on him, because you always have to, like, one of them, innit? Of £70 million. For a little bit of perspective, we got Bruno for 40. How's anyone say with their chest that they want £70 million for Declan fucking Rice? Here's the problem with shopping in the Premier League. Every single club is minted. This isn't like mid-90s, early 2000s, or even late 2000s, where you can rock up at Everton and go, I'm having your best player. Enjoy the scraps of that. Doesn't happen anymore. The TV deal has made every club so wealthy and have so much revenue coming into them that they know nah, do you know what? If you want to buy a Premier League player, we're going to take your arse to pieces for it. What clubs need to do, and especially United, although if we are going down this, we don't know how Brexit's going to affect recruitment, but let's assume it's going to affect it somehow, so you're going to have to look for more English players. You either need to start looking at the Championship, you need to start looking at the free transfers, or you need to start looking abroad, because there's not a prayer you're going to be able to be building squads when Declan Rice is worth 70 million. I like Declan Rice. I think he's a good player. 70 million. And guess what? I actually think West Ham could hold out for at least 70 million. You see it all over the show. So many players are now worth just... I mean, Harry Maguire, if he'd have been a £50 million signing, probably been sound. I even feel strange saying that, to be honest. If Wan-Bissaka had been 25 million, you'd have been like, sound. You've got the United tax, you've got the English tax. You've now got a Premier League tax, which means that going for any English players in the Premier League means you're going to get absolutely slaughtered on the price. There is no value in the market, to echo Sir Alex Ferguson about 15 years ago. There is no value in buying English players from Premier League clubs. None. None whatsoever. If you spot a gem in the Championship and you're willing to take a risk, you might get someone for 10 million, 12 million. And there are good players that you can definitely do that for. You don't need to let them go to a Championship club, get promoted, and then come into the Premier League where they finish in the top 6, and then they want £70 million for fucking Declan Rice. Can I see United moving for him in January? No. I mean, I believe he's a Chelsea fan. He obviously is very good friends with half the Chelsea squad. Will Chelsea trust anyone with 70 million to buy him? Probably about as likely as United getting him in January, which would be a big fat fucking 0 out of 10. That was the ins. Here's a couple of the outs. Now, obviously, in the last couple of weeks, we've seen Timbo leave out on a permanent deal to Leverkusen. Good luck to Timbo. We've seen Ethan Laird go out on loan and impress without even having trained with the squad, so fair play to Ethan. I reckon there's more loans need to happen, and I do believe there will be more loans coming before the end of the window in January. And good luck to those lads that are going to be going out on loan. There's 2 major bits of out news going on right now. The first one, Jesse Lingard. Don't think anyone's shocked at that, although there was a little bit of Phil Jones talk, but it seems to have quietened down. Jesse Lingard on loan to Nice. Jesse's had some serious problems off the field, and on the field I don't think he's really replicated the performances from 2018 since he came back from the World Cup. I don't know the reasons for that, and it's a shame because I think you do need people who know the club, care for the club deeply as fans in the squad. I think it's actually a very key thing to have in the squad as you progress. But his on-field performances have been objectively not good enough for about 2 years. So unfortunately, I think it is definitely the time for Jesse to get moved on. And I think going somewhere like Nice would be fantastic for him. I think he would actually look very good in a league. And I think he'd probably do his mental health no harm whatsoever, getting away from Manchester, getting away from English football altogether, actually, and just go and have a good time experiencing playing football professionally in another country, which has got to be an absolute buzz, hasn't it? So do I think this one's going to happen? Yeah, I can see this happening. I don't think it's concrete yet, so let's give it a 7 out of 10. Next up in the fucking news of the ridiculous, Donny van der Beek to Inter Milanchester. I don't know what Conte's playing at. I don't know if he's just only got the Panini sticker book from the Premier League, and that's where he's doing all his shopping. Because it's weird, innit? Isn't it weird how he only wants Premier League? Like, I don't get it. Do you get it? I don't get it. I don't get it. They've said, hey, can we have that Donny van der Beek fella that you're not really playing too much? And United have gone, what? Fuck off. No, you can't have him. Now, I don't know if this is people trying to create divide. I don't know if this is people kind of trying to create friction. You maybe have to look at the source of where this has come from. Now, Inter Milan might have a genuine interest in Donny van der Beek, and United might have a genuine interest in telling him to go fuck themselves. But you've got to wonder sometimes where the leak came from. Did the leak come from his agent? If it did come from his agent, then that's a suggestion that actually Donny van der Beek might not be happy with the bit part role that he's playing at United, and honestly it's fairly inexplicable how he isn't getting more regular game time, or at least 30 minutes more often off the bench, because that's how you can prove that he's going to be ready for first team action quicker, in my eyes. Is it coming from the Inter Milan side, where they're trying to create a bit of friction, so then they could maybe pop him out and get him out on loan? I don't know where it comes from, but what I will say is, bit of patience. We've seen people rushed in and not be good enough. We've seen players come in without a proper pre-season and be absolutely crucified and never regain their form. Let's give it a good year or so before we judge both Tellez. Tellez has had COVID as well. Tellez and Van der Beek, and let's see where they're at after that. Every time Donny van der Beek started, he looks knackered after 60, 70 minutes. So I think there's definitely a fitness thing that needs to be brought in. There's also probably some politics with Pogba. Although he's playing fantastic, is he only playing because he's about to get a move and are United just happy to let that happen so he can maximise the price on him so he can then reinvest it into other areas? There's all sorts of shell games going on, and it's never as straightforward as it seems. I'll tell you this for free though, Donny van der Beek to Inter Milan on loan, fucking nil point out of 10. That ain't happening, brother. Right, that's it from me. Any I missed, let me know in the comments below. Enjoy the day, and I'll see you tomorrow for a watch along as United take on second place Liverpool. Let's hope it fucking stays that way, shall we? Up the fucking Reds.